All right, for our next step, we're going to cover page titles and meta description tags, how to create a great deal of variability when you're creating thousands of pages at once or hundreds of pages, however many pages you want to create, whether you want to go large or small, but you want to get as much automated work done as possible so you don't have to do it manually. And right now, what we need to do is create variability in our page titles and meta descriptions. You remember the last training where we were talking about, we produced 20 pages and they all had different print. But like I said, they all had the same page title and meta description tags. All right, just the fastest review. And here we go. For instance, South Bend landscaping, right? Landscaping. If you want to have any chance of showing up on the front page for South Bend landscaping, you really should have the words landscape or landscaping in your page title. This would be a page title right here for the page on Yellow Pages. That would be the meta results tag basically. Okay, here's a page title. And very often, this is going to be the meta description tag. If we have one, Google's going to prefer to use it here very often. It can still choose to pull some text out of the page, but very often it'll stick with your meta description. And the best results you're going to have are when you get your page title and meta description going. Now, the point is, we can't have lots of pages with the exact same page title and meta description. Google's never going to show a bunch of pages that all say the same thing here and here. It's against Google's job. Its job is to show variability. So if we want to have results, we have to make sure to have variability. And if you ever wanted to show up for South Bend landscaping on one page and then on another page, you want to show up for Mishawaka landscaping, because hey, guess what? That's the next city over. It's a city right next door to South Bend. Okay. If you want to also be in that market, then you need a page that says Mishawaka Landscaping and talks about Mishawaka Landscaping in the meta description tag. All right, enough said. So what we need to do with our pages as we create them is be able to create different page titles and meta descriptions. And what we want to do is canvas all the keyword combinations that we're after and all the things that we think people can type. And we want to give as much variability as possible into that. Okay, so without any further ado, let me just go ahead and show you how that's done in two perspectives. The first one being obviously with a full import of the page, and the other one being the easy import of the page and the manual modifications you would need to make to pull it off. But then you'll understand how this is done. It's actually not such a big deal. All right, first things first. I obviously need to create my Moji page, or I need to download it right now. Let me just download it and do it. Right? I'm going to use this again, newcombine.themedhtml.com. I've been having fun with it. Here we go. Project. Inside there, new Excel file, and you'll see how much faster it is now that we understand so much more than we did, right? This is actually very quick work. Combine, generally speaking. TML.com, okay. Here we go. I got that done. I got that done. Code to vars. Okay, got that done. Universal concatenator, concatenate. Got that done. And I also put a bit in there so it makes South and Bend show up in the same cell as one word. And the whole purpose of that was to keep the thesaurus from thinking bend was a word to create variation on. Well, what I need to do real quick is just edit that all the way across the sheet, right? So I want to change every instance of South Bend with one word to South Bend with two words. Okay, now it's done. Piece of cake. It's just showing you little tips and tricks. You can do it however you want. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run out the thesaurus on the whole thing. Okay. Now we cannot create thesaurus entries for Bend, right? Because it's part of South Bend. Okay. Now this thing is ready for my spinner. So if I were to do this manually through the spinner, how would I do it? Well, let's go to our spinner. Okay. And we ask you, please, when you go to get this account, get it through our link. It's just supporting us, helping us develop like we do and create new things. By the way, I've got something to gift you. So please make sure to get it through our link. The easiest way is just when you get theme to HTML and go to use it for the first time, it'll ask you for your spinner credentials. If you don't have them, then it'll give you a link to get one. Just get it there because that's the right link. Anyway, let me continue. And we do have I've got a gift for you. I'll bring it up here is a little further along. Come on. Let me get this thing up. Okay, I want to rewrite multiple articles because I have 3. Okay, maybe you remember this. Okay, Control C. That's the first article. Okay, and I need to do 2 more. So add another article, and then we're going to add another article. So here we go. Article 2 is this line here, the bottom of that. Okay, Article 3 is this line here, bottom of that. Now, that's what I needed to do. Start it, and let me go ahead and pause, let her finish. Okay, it should be done soon. And yeah, are you noticing how much easier this is? You know, it's just moving really fast, right? When the coding takes care of itself because the toolbar is clean, we don't have to do nearly so much work as we used to in the old days. There we go. Okay. So if I were to open these in new tabs, let me see. This is the first one, that's the second, that's the third. I got it. So let me just kind of open them in new links. Okay. And there. There, now I got my articles 1, 2, and 3. It doesn't matter what the order is as long as you paste them in the right order so they show up in the right order. Let me go to a new tab. Okay, there, haven't done anything on this tab, so I'm just going to use that and Control A, Control C, right? Double click, Control V. Okay. Yes. Next. Okay. Control A, Control C. Okay. Double click, Control V. Yeah. And then Control A, Control C, right? Double click, Control V. Yep. All right, I can get out of here because I don't need to be in here anymore. Okay. All right. Heck, I'll even close that. Okay. Just trying to make it easier to see. All right. Let's convert from Spinner syntax. Okay. Got it. And then alphanumerics to Varsheet coding again. Okay, and now I'm just going to assume I actually did the work of going through this and cleaning this up and making it the way I want. This is where you would actually put a little bit of elbow grease in to get the variability you would like. It's nice because it's easy to read. You can actually read this pretty easily, right? South Bend Landscaping is your full service lawn and landscape company. So it's so easy to figure out what you want for variables in each column, right? Because you can see the sentences and the variability and how these things compare to each other as you go. It's very simple. All right, it's pretty simple. Okay, there we go. Now I've got pretty much everything done. Okay, I can save it if I want. Okay, what do I have? I have a completed file here with all the variability, and it doesn't matter that it seemed to push it out of the way. It's just because these tokens take up a lot more room than the average word. Okay. And as we produce the pages, of course, they're going to look right naturally. Okay. And just to remind you, producing pages is simple, right? And the var sheet, of course, is lined up with the index file, and it's all ready to go. I didn't even need to open it. Okay. All I need to do now, by the way, yeah, this new Microsoft Excel, I don't even really need it anymore. I could throw it away. Okay. All I need are these two to start the job. And if I wanted, I could just do it like this. Okay. I gotta open this, hit load, go into that project folder, okay, whap, and hello. Oh yeah, that's why I'm doing the wrong thing. I'll click in here because I need to get the HTML page. I'm not opening a profile in this case. And that, and I'll put it where I want it. By the way, the gift I'm giving you is going to make this stuff that I'm doing right now easier, okay? By the way, 20. Okay, let me turn that off. I thought I did. All right. There we go. Just going to put that in there for the moment. Make that my keyword. Save it to, keywords, right? That was the idea. Okay. Wherever I want. Keys, something. That works. It just has to have a place to save keyword files. Okay. Process. And it's done. Now, 2 things. One, real fast, is just so you know, if you go to moji-crew.com, okay, and you go into the video training series, okay, I just want to point this out, and you go to close to the bottom, it's going to have the thing about saving keywords, and that's one of these. I forget which. One of the updates we did. allows us to save the list of keywords. It'll say something like that right up in here. Okay, I just forget which one it was. And that allows you to be able to see your key what the keywords are all about and understand what's happening there. Okay, might even be further up. My gosh, we had so many, didn't we? Variabilities that are awesome. I mean, it's been an interesting growth process over the past what 5 years now. Yeah, these are yeah, just so many things that we did is crazy. Keywords, there it is, are now captured according to your specifications. Okay, on the version 2.6 is when we introduced it. You know, now we're on the 3.1, but 2.6 is when we introduced it. And if you watch it, it'll teach you all about those keywords. Don't bother downloading this stuff because this is old, right? This is the version 2.6 and the toolbar 17.2. You have newer versions now. Okay, but this thing still applies, of course. Okay, all these different versions just add new features. We didn't change anything. We only added new stuff. So yeah, all of these are worth watching if you want to see all the different power elements that you have inside Emoji. But I got all this done. And I could process. Oh, I did process. I just did it a second time. Okay, and I don't need to save it. Okay, here we go. Let's go into that folder, Emoji Pro runs, Emoji Pro runs, and I just want to see what I did just now. Okay, now here we go. I got all my pages, and if I open it, okay, looks great, and it talks about everything. Okay, and it's going to be worded differently. It's primarily readable, especially if I put time into it like I was supposed to make sure it's coming out right. Okay, then it's all going to be different pages. But what's the drawback right now? By right-clicking and edit, okay, all of these page titles. Oh, no. Yeah, all of these are varred out now, and they're varred out for all the right reasons. They have been varred out because we did the whole run through. So that took care of that. Your page titles and your meta descriptions are contained naturally in the results. Okay, they are. And if we wanted to take a look what it looked like so we could see it, I almost forgot where I was there for a minute. Sorry. Here's where it is. This is where you can see the meta tag description and the content equals, and guess what? There we have variability. Okay, and variability for the page title is actually down below in this case. Here it is. It's just the next thing. The title is this, and we also have variability. Now we can change this all we want. We didn't have to stick with this. Just remember the cardinal rule to Emoji. If you introduce a var, a new var number anywhere on this page, and you can do that, it has to exist in the var sheet and the unique var CSV. So make sure you create it here and here. It doesn't have to be in any particular order, but for instance, I see a var 30, var 31, 32, but I don't see a var, I don't care, maybe a var 1000. Watch this. I'm just going to do it real quick with something so you can see how this works. I'm going to replace every instance of South Bend with a brand new var that is not in use right now. So let me go find one that's not in use. Control F. Let's just say var 1000 because I can see all the numbers up here. Okay. I just want to see if this is available because it is not already on the sheet. Find all. There is a var 1000. Okay. What about, see, it goes all the way to 1165. All right, what about 2000? Because it really doesn't matter what the number is as long as it's unique. It doesn't have to be in a particular order. Okay, guess what? var 2000 and anything above it from the looks of it, because this started at 7, went all the way to 1165, and then stopped cold, right, on the automated procedure. So anything from var, like even 1200, 1166 or whatever, is free. Well, let's say I just want to create a var 2000 and I want to make it South Bend.